say there are six tastes, and so does in Ayurveda, there are generally six tastes. But here in the West, we might usually say there's five: sweet, sour, salty, pungent, and bitter. And I think that traditional Chinese medicine usually recognizes those five. And some people, or nowadays, there's a new taste called umami. I might have got that wrong, but which just means generally savory. But anyway, we're going to be just going through these six. So there's sweet, which everyone, of course, loves and is aware of. And there's sweet like dates or basil. They provide us with energy and carbohydrates. And the sour, tomatoes, vinegar, lemon, and things like that provide the acid and keep our bodies in balance with the acid levels. Then there's the pungent, which like onions, garlic, peppers, even rosemary, sage, and all of those spicy herbs would be included in pungent. And they generally work on the digestion in a different way than bitters, as we'll see, but they work as antimicrobials and just to help the digestion. And salty, over here with the celery and salt, of course, and there's lots of herbs, other herbs that are very kind of salty, and it doesn't mean it has to be as salty like sea salt. It just means it has more of a mineral flavor, like plantain or alfalfa or nettles would be considered a kind of salty herb. And in fact, they do. They provide us with lots of minerals. That's what the point of salty is. And astringent is often, and probably why it's in Ayurvedic medicine, is it's for when there's too much wet, both in the body and even outside. And I call it kind of like a rainy season. If one gives a season for each of these, different people can attribute different seasons to different flavors, but I would attribute bitter to the spring, and maybe, well, sweet is autumn and winter, salty definitely winter, and pungent maybe the summer. Anyway, there's different ways to go about it, but astringent would be for the rainy season. And also black tea, which you see the picture of there. Oh, chickweed would be another salty plant. But anyway, today, and bitter, which we will hear more about. So it's really a good idea to try and get all six of these tastes into your meal in one. It balances it out. And just as, you know, some people will prefer one taste and some prefer another, but just to have a little bit is a good balance, because we do need them all in our bodies. And also, and if you can get used to digesting all of these tastes and flavors, it actually is like digesting life well. I mean, like bitter, none of us like those bitter moments in life, but often they provide us with the best insights and the most growth for ourselves, because we might think at the time it's something awful that we're undergoing, but then we come out the other side and we see, oh no, wasn't that really amazing, just what I needed. And in the same way, often we have these cravings for sweet, which are really actually cravings for bitter, but we'll talk more about that. And so when I said that, and there's different herbs, you can often find in one herb or in one plant will be not only bitter or not only pungent, but you can have like aromatic bitters. You can, I mean, goldenrod, if you taste it, I did actually I like the goldenrod today because it's so much in bloom. But if you taste goldenrod, you'll see that it has slightly sweet and it's slightly pungent and a bit bitter. So it kind of has all of those flavors. And then if any of you have heard of Schisandra, which is, we use the berry in herbal medicine. You might have heard of it lately because it's a good adaptogen. But Schisandra in Chinese is called Wu Wei Zhe, and that means the 5 flavored seed, meaning that it actually, if you taste it, you can taste all of the 5 flavors minus the astringent. So just so you know, and it is nice to have, you'll find the picture is of a nice Indian meal, you'll find often Indian meals especially have do incorporate all 5 flavors, 6 flavors. What would be the indications for yourself that you need bitters? These are some of that we're going to go through. If you have a loss of appetite, bitters do help to increase your appetite. Indigestion, bloating, gas, nausea, diarrhea, constipation. In fact, bitters are very balancing. If you have diarrhea, they help to tone the bowels. So if you have diarrhea, they will tighten that. And if you have constipation, they will help act as a laxative. And then also bloating, they're really good for bloating. Malnutrition or malabsorption, if you find you think you're taking in a lot of some mineral or something, but all the blood tests or somehow you still don't feel any better, you just might not be absorbing it, and bitters will really help to absorb it. If you're feeling weak and you're feeling pale skin or a yellow or white tongue, that would be another indication that you need bitters. And then the mood disorders and depression, they can really help with that. A weak immune system, and just as we get older, our digestion becomes more difficult. Well, maybe there's the less fire, less hydrochloric acid. And then of course, all the doctors, you go to them with all these stomach problems with bloating, gas or GERD, and they go, oh dear, you haven't got enough. No, you've got too much hydrochloric acid. We need to get rid of it. And all the proton pump inhibitors and that help get less hydrochloric acid, when actually what it is, we really need more. And we need more of all of these secretions that the stomach secretes to help us absorb.